Hello and welcome to BOI Weekly. I'm Kayode Alayande. The federal government was not joking when it unveiled its social intervention programs, one of which is the Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program, otherwise known as GEEP or Market Money. The microcredit scheme, run as a financial inclusion drive, is targeted at market women, artisans and farmers, as well as other Nigerians at the bottom of the pyramid. As we speak, Market Money has impacted no fewer than 350,000 beneficiaries across the country. Now, to be sure that the government's social intervention programs reach further down to the base of the bottom of the pyramid, the federal government extended the intervention program by launching another program under the Market Money called the Trader Money. The new initiative is targeted at over 2 million petty traders enumerated in markets across the country. Recently, the Bank of Industry, which is running the project alongside other stakeholders, recently launched the project in some markets here in Lagos. On the show today, we'll show you how the launch was executed at the BOI market in Mushing. Given the response from some of the beneficiaries of the Trader Money, it's clear that the initiative is well on its way to achieving desired impact. Stay close. This is the popular BOI market in the Mushing area of Lagos. For these petty traders, the day starts like every other. But as they open for business earlier in the day, nothing could have prepared them for the way the day would end, and that is going home with cash disbursements from the federal government to help boost their petty enterprises.
Trader Money, now Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program, and now federal government carry this better message come.
The usual hustle and bustle soon gives way to a carnival of some sorts as the Trader Money team floods the market with campaigners and enumerators wearing branded t-shirts as they call and enroll willing traders into the Market Money scheme. All hands are on deck for this project. The Executive Director, Micro Enterprises at the Bank of Industry, Mrs. Toyin Adeniji, under whose office this is being executed, is also on the field. She expatiates on the scheme.
This program is an initiative of the Buhari administration, and it's for providing very, very small loans to petty traders, to the grassroots, to the people that need a very little amount of money to expand their business. So we're giving out, the federal government is giving out 10,000 naira loans to these people. So today we're at Mushing Market, and we've, as you can see, we've enumerated over 5,000 people here, and so a lot of them have received alerts on their phone, and a lot of them have been able to convert it to cash. So the idea is to provide these funds for people to grow their businesses, expand their markets, and to let them be able to have more cash at their disposal. So the benefit is that it's very easily accessible. So with a very little, really with no collateral, with very, very little documentation, you will qualify for the loan. So once you have a regular phone that you use, you are in the market, you have a trade, you are selling something, and you need a 10,000 naira loan, you will qualify for it. In terms of interest, it is interest-free. However, there is a fee of 250 naira attached to it, and that is flat. So for every 10,000 naira you receive, you actually pay back 10,250 naira. The beneficiaries are traders in the market. As the name suggests, Trader Money. It's for people that are selling in the market, people selling bread, plantain, raw food, vegetables, fruits, people frying akara by the side of the market, people selling barley, people selling corn. Just generally those that can benefit from 10,000 naira. So as you can see, the lady hawking bread definitely qualifies for that loan.
Addressing fears that the loans might end up in the hands of ghost beneficiaries, Mrs. Adeniji says the bank has done its due diligence by using the existing market administrative structures to identify real targets of the loans.
To make sure that there is a process that is followed, you must be registered for the loan. If you are not registered, we run the risk of just throwing money around. So once you are registered, you get onto our platform. Once you get onto the platform, you will get an SMS that says that you have received or you have qualified for that loan, and then you can activate it. But if you are not on our system, you can't get the money, you can't get the loan. We know them because they are in this market. They're not going anywhere. That's the truth. We've come to register them in their markets. We're registering them in front of their tabletop, in front of their countertop. So they are part of this market. They're not going anywhere. Even the people that hawk things around the market, they're not going anywhere. So we know that they are tied to this market. And we're also working with the market structures. So we know who we're giving the money to. So they're going to pay back because there's a promise of even a higher loan. If you pay back 10,000, you can get 15,000. If you pay back your 15,000, you can get 20. And after 20,000, you can actually cross over to the market money product, which starts from 50,000. So you see, this is trader money today, but you can actually cross over to 50,000.
These new trader money enrollees recount their registration experience and admit that the intervention would go a long way in bridging the funding gap in their business.
We are happy that we see that government wants to help us, we traders, with the little money that when we return it, we get another one. They ask my name, they ask the business that I'm doing, and my phone number. 10,000 is not, it's small money, but for situation we did now, it's not small money. It's at least, it will buy like 2 crates of beer for me. So if I return it, I will say another one.
Okay, we can register registration.
We have received the funds. We just want to thank the government. They actually sent some people to run background checks on us and encourage us to register. And so I checked them out this morning and they verified my registration and my account was funded. I received the alerts from the bank, so I came to say thank you. Even though we are required to pay back, this will go a long way to grow my tissue paper business. May God bless the government. May God bless Nigeria. I hope to pay back before the stipulated 6 months so I can ask for more.
And it's a very small loan, but you graduate through it. So
the Chief Operating Officer of the GEEP Market Money from the National Social Investment Office, operating under the Office of the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, also came down to Lagos. He explains the rationale for the Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program.
GEEP is a microcredit scheme of the federal government that is targeted at people at the base of the pyramid. So traders, artisans, enterprising youth, farmers, people that you see here, everyday Nigerians. And why are we doing this? We're doing this because we understand as a government and even as Nigerians who have been given opportunities, we understand that the everyday reality of a Nigerian is one of hard work, and there's a lot of hardworking Nigerians who don't have access to capital, and these are people who are not necessarily in the traditional financial system, so they're not known by the banks, they don't have bank accounts, they don't have structured records, they don't have collaterals, but they are everyday Nigerians, the traders on the streets. So we have been thinking very actively, and the government particularly giving us the mandate, as executors gave us the mandate to go to these groups and ensure that they get credit. So market money, trader money, farmer money, these are 3 products under the Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program. Farmer money, as it sounds, is for farmers. Market money is a 50,000 naira to 100,000 naira loan for people who are in structured market associations. So think about plank sellers, think about artisans in their trades. Farmer money gets up to 300,000 naira for farmers. And then today, what you see here is the start of an even bigger program called Trader Money, and this is going right to the base of the pyramid, right at the bottom. So think about your meshai, think about your malam on the streets, think about your tomato seller, pepper seller, plantain seller, bread sellers. These are people who every day at 4 a.m. they head out, pick up their goods, try to sell for the day, do multiple trips. And the biggest complaint, the biggest challenge that we've seen most of them have is access to capital to upscale their businesses. So we have done structure a product that is a microcredit loan, and it's a very small loan, but you graduate through it. So you get a 10,000 naira loan, you pay it back, you get 15, you pay it back, you get up to 50, and then you pay back, you get up to 100,000 naira loan. And what this does is that it helps them to graduate into independence, but we have to see that they're using it for commercial activity.
But how extensive is the program, and how many people are expected to benefit from it nationwide?
Now, we want to do this for 2 million people this year alone. And the government has put its weight and the best of its people, in my view, behind this project. And it's domiciled at the Bank of Industry. And the Bank of Industry has been given the charge to execute it across the country. So what you see today is happening at different locations in Nigeria. You have this in Lagos at 5 locations. You have in Aba, Abia, you have it in Kano. And next week we are going to activate across different locations. We have enumerators who are going around the field and capturing these people, getting their names, their contact information, their phone numbers. Now, to get this money, it takes only 2 minutes. Literally, you get a text message, you dial a short code, and the money hits your phone immediately in a mobile wallet. You don't need to have a bank account. And the reason why we're doing this is that we want people to get this very quickly, and we want them to increase the believability of this product. And these are for everyday Nigerians. There are no lists from any quarters. We are going on the streets, and we are catching these people in their trade. And one of the things that gives us a lot of joy is that they don't believe it when we come. They are almost in shock that a government or anybody would remember people at that level and just come to them and ask them to give them this credit. And so what we see here is very fulfilling to us, and we hope that when they get it, not the hope, we have put in structures where they will pay back and continue to get bigger and better loans.